Okay, up until this point, we have just been looking at the elements of the PowerPoint that we will be working in. Now we're going to actually start doing some things. So what I want you to go ahead and do is you can watch me do this really quickly and then go into your PowerPoint and do it yourself. Or you can shrink this video and work along in PowerPoint, following along, starting on page 27 of your booklet. Alright, on page 27, it says click on the Home tab, and I'm there. On slide 1, click at the beginning of the slide's title, Blue Yonder Airlines. The borders of the title's placeholder appear. See figure 128 with a blinking insertion point. Alright, so we're clicking here. This is my title placeholder. Okay, a placeholder just it does exactly what it says. It saves a place for text. Alright, so that's open. And then if I click the slide subtitle, it gives me an insertion point here. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Number 3 says go to slide 4 by clicking the slide in the slides pane or by pressing the page down key. Click after the word snorkeling. So I've got to look on here and find my word snorkeling, which is here. And I get my blinking insertion point. If I press enter, it gives me another line, and it says type scuba. Alright, then it says press enter and type sightseeing. Your slide should look like the one in figure 129 on page 28, or should look just like the one in my screen. Now it tells me to pause and leave the presentation for the next exercise. I'm not going to leave the screen. I'm just going to go on and talk about adding text in outline view. Now it tells me at the bottom of page 28, and step by step, it says go to slide 8. Okay, so I'm on slide 8, and now it says this is supposed to contain contact information, but the mailing address and telephone number are missing. Click the View tab and click Outline View. So I click the View tab, I click Outline View. Because slide 8 is the current slide, it's highlighted on the tab. Now I have this zoomed in so much that I need to zoom it out a little. Okay. Alright, now then, here's my contact information, and this is highlighted on the screen. Now, in the outline pane, click after the word airlines on slide 8 to add the insertion point. Alright, see my insertion point is over here. Now press enter to start a new line. On the new line, type 12 Ferris Street. 12 Ferris Street. Okay, and then press enter. As you type, the new text appears on the outline pane, but it also appears over here in the current slide because I am on slide 8. Alright, then after I've pressed enter, I'm going to type in Die Hard, Tennessee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, and press enter. Now it says type 707 555 AWAY. That's found at the top of page 29. And it should look just like figure 130 on the top of page 29 and also on the video here. Now it tells me to switch back to normal view. And you can see that it is just exactly like if I had just typed it in on this slide. Alright, moving on to step by step at the bottom of page 29, it tells me to go to slide 3. Alright, when I go to slide 3, and it says go to the 4th item in the bulleted list, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can pause the video and find it on your screen if you need to. Double click the word advisor and select it. Okay, when I double click, the word advisor highlights itself. All right. While the text is selected, type concierge, C-O-N-C-I-E-R-G-E. All right. That tells me that's the middle of page 30. Okay. Now it tells me to go to slide 7. Slide 7. And select the word ground. And by dragging them, it told me to drag the mouse pointer over it. There are 2 ways to select. I can highlight that way, or I can simply double click and press delete to delete the word from the slide. Now, moving on to page 31, it tells me to go to slide 2 and click the slide's title placeholder, which is always at the top. Select Blue Yonder Airlines. All right, I highlighted Blue Yonder Airlines. Click on the Home tab and click the Copy button. All right, I have done that. Go to slide 7. Go down to slide 7. Between the 2 words, click between the 2 words of the title to place the insertion point before the words. So I'm going to go right here. On the Home tab, click the Paste button. I'm on the Home tab, so I'm going to click the Paste button. And boom, it puts Blue Yonder Airlines there. Now, if I needed to, I would press the space bar to insert a space here. But I included the space bar after Blue Yonder Airlines from slide 1, so I didn't have to do that. All right, moving on. Let me just share with you another way that could have been done. I could have gone up to slide 2, highlighted Blue Yonder. I could right-click and copy, or I could simply do Control-C and copy, and then carried it down to 7 and done the same thing. I would simply have clicked here, right-clicked and paste, or I could have done Control-V to view. Now, in the middle of page 32, it tells me to go to slide 3. All right, I'm on slide 3. Select the last item of the bulleted list on the right side of the slide. So I have selected that. On the Home tab, click the Cut button. All right, I clicked the Cut button. Notice that it went away. Now I could also have right-clicked and cut here. All right, or I could have pressed Control-X and it would have cut that information from slide 3. Now it says go to slide 2 and click below the last item of the bulleted list. So here I am, and on the Home tab, press the Paste button. Now I'm just going to click Control-V, and it's going to add it. All right, notice that it added it. The item appears at the bottom of the list. Well, mine does not. So what can I do? If I click between the 2 items here and press Enter, it adds it to the end of the bulleted list. All right. So if it doesn't go exactly like it should on your list when you go through, you can always try something a little bit different. Press Enter to make another bullet. Now, my screen looks just like page 32. Now, on page 33, step by step, it says, use the presentation that is open, which is here. Click the File tab. Click Print. All right. When I click Print, the printer options appear, and we'll learn more about those in lesson 2. I do not want you to print this assignment. All right. It tells me to press here using the default settings. I do not want you to print this. Okay. Now, I do, however, want you to go on and save. So we're gonna if I were gonna print it, I would click Print here, and it would print with the default settings. I do, however, want you to save it. Click the File tab on the Backstage view, which we did, excuse me, and click Save As. Now, the Save As on the Backstage view appears, and it's like the Open tab that allows you to choose where you want to save it. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to save it on the computer, on the desktop, and I want you to name it your name. Okay, and click Save. Alright, and that saved it to my desktop. Now I want to go File and Close to close that PowerPoint. And I want to click the X in the top right hand corner to close PowerPoint. And that gets us through page 35. Now you will be going on your own, and I will be helping you as needed.